Greetings, fellow gamers. We are Spira Productions and we are here to talk to you about Cyberpunk. As you all know, 2017 is the year of Cyberpunk. Blade Runner 2, Ghost in the Shell, Cyberpunk 2077, and maybe Netflix is planning something too. Now, we role players have the irresistible urge to play a game of Cyberpunk in our imagination. But how can this be done?
Teach me. You can play Shadowrun, but there are dragons, trolls, Wi-Fi and magic. See, it floats by itself. It's magic. Magic doesn't belong into Cyberpunk, so... Okay, what else is there? Cyberpunk 2020. Yeah, Grandpa, nice that you're here, but you're old. Very old. Go sit by the fire next to Shadowrun. Surely, there are some other titles who did everything right. Yeah, we've read them, and while they are capable of a lot of cool stuff, they are also missing out an equal amount, sometimes in setting, sometimes in crunch. A little crunch is okay, by the way. A fellow Cyberpunk gamer wants a little crunch.
Still here? Cool. So is there a profound need for a new pen and paper Cyberpunk game? Probably not. But give us 3 more minutes and we will explain what Neomancer is.
Our game is inspired by various projects. Think of classics like Blade Runner, Snatcher and Neomancer. Then take the kick-ass attitude of Shadowrun or Cyberpunk 2020 and add some Westworld and The Expanse. We will deliver a fleshed out world with some points which we consider vital for Cyberpunk. Cyberware, of course. Artificial humans will be very important. Poor lowlifes struggling to get along. The almighty system as the most important opponent. And finally, the characters somewhere in between, dealing with their jobs and also their private obligations. We will provide you with a world description, a historical overview and a major city. In the core book you will find the makers and shakers you need to run a few campaigns, plus many small details that form a coherent world. The world will still have a little retro touch, mixed with a modern approach. Essentially, it will be what Cyberpunk should be, with 30 years of advancement in technology.
A Neomancer campaign will be constructed like a good Netflix series. In a season, there will be episodes solely focusing on the meta plot, but also fillers, which will give the characters room to interact, play, earn money, and simply have some fun. You can decide if you want more of one or the other, but we consider these meta operations essential for a good campaign. Let's face it, you want your characters to be a little more than just average operators. It's much more fun when they stumble upon things they are not meant to know, get caught between the wheels and have to make hard decisions and rise above the opposition against all odds.
The system ought to fulfill these requirements. Easy to learn, hard to master. A few basic rules that cover almost anything. Using modern techniques and no different kinds of dice. That means it should not have rules spread out over 200 pages, but it should also not be a purely narrative system where everybody does what he wants. For example, take combat. Forget about counting spaces for movement, but there will be some kind of visualization of the battlefield and an easy but flexible and deep movement system. We know, especially in Cyberpunk combat, players want to use tactics, look cool, but also don't want to be stuck in a fight for more than 20 minutes. Our system will be swift, tactical, brutal and very satisfying to use. Also, both the players and the game master will have certain tactics to alter the fights, making each one a little different than the last. Instead of the old, I shoot first and kill you. We will create short videos introducing the system. Also, we will provide mechanics for the legwork phase, the engagement, the escape after the job is done or botched, certain downtime events, game mastering advice and a few short stories. Last but not least, you will get a little different take on hacking and rigging, and answers to the burning question, why the hell does not every corporate security guy has a bucket full of combat cyberware? And why do characters exist as operators? What drives them out of the system and how can they realistically stay there?
If you are interested in Cyberpunk and are a pen and paper gamer, then you are our audience. As we said earlier, the core book includes everything you need to plug and play. But with more money, we can afford better artists and therefore better art to illustrate our vision. As we all know, Cyberpunk is always style over substance. We can provide you with the substance, but we need the style. And style is expensive as f***. Furthermore, we will keep you posted about our achievements in this project. There will be a producer's diary and alpha and beta testers for our backers. More stretch goals will be defined once the project is started and the cash is flowing. Thanks for watching, see you next time. Here is your reward. Behold, the mighty Cyber Potato.